Please click on the subscribe button so you get notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with the NFC East. I got the Eagles going 11-6. I got the Cowboys going 9-8 or 8-9 this year. I got the Commanders finishing 8-9, and I got the Giants finishing 3-14. Why do I have the Eagles winning the division? They have a wealth of talent on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I believe Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio are going to be able to mitigate the bad head coaching skills of Nick Sirianni, and I believe Jalen Hurts needs to show the Eagles organization that the 2022-2023 season wasn't an aberration year, because the numbers that he posted last year are similar to the numbers he's posted throughout his career, other than that one Super Bowl year. So was that Super Bowl year an aberration year for Jalen Hurts? We shall see. For the sake of Jalen Hurts this year, he needs to show Howie Roseman that he is that quarterback that can lead that team, and that 2022-2023 is not an aberration year. We know Howie Roseman will move on from a quarterback or a head coach if the play is not there and if the team is not winning. So this year, Jalen Hurts has a lot of pressure on him. And I think with the offensive play calling of Kellen Moore and the defensive play calling of Vic Fangio, the Eagles should be an 11-6 team again this year and win that division. The reason why I believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to go either 9-8 or 8-9 this year, it's not because I'm a San Francisco 49er fan and I'm a hater. It's just because genuinely when you go down and you sit down and you actually do, because I did all 32 NFL teams and I gave them win-loss based on who they're playing and who they're not playing. And their schedule is harder this year. The fact that the offensive line for the Cowboys isn't as good as it's been in the past, Dak is probably going to be under duress a little bit more this year. So the pressure is going to be turned up a notch, especially with the entire pressure that Jerry Jones is putting on the team and head coach Mike McCarthy. Yes, they got the CD Lamb deal done, but because of the offensive line starting rookies, because their running backs now consist of Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook, are they going to have a viable running game? I think Dalvin Cook might have a little bit more in the tank than Ezekiel Elliott, in my personal opinion, but they also only have one legitimate wide receiver threat, which is CD Lamb. That's why they signed him. And the whole Dak Prescott contract looming. That's why they go 9-8 or 8-9. It all comes down to that Falcons game. We're going to see if Kirk Cousins is going to be able to elevate that team or not. When it comes to the Washington Commanders, I think the Washington Commanders with Dan Quinn and Jaden Daniels are going to be able to surprise a lot of teams in the division. Personally, I was going to pick them to win the division, but then I looked at their schedule. I looked at their roster. I think Jaden Daniels and the fact that he's a mobile quarterback that can also throw the ball is going to be able to elevate that team tremendously, especially because of the lack of talent that they have on the offensive side of the ball. He's going to be similar to what Lamar Jackson is for the Baltimore Ravens, at least when Lamar started off. And that's why I think we're going to have Jaden Daniels this year go 8-9 this year with Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn is going to be able to elevate that defense, and they're going to surprise a lot of teams, and Jaden Daniels is going to be in contention for Rookie of the Year this year. When it comes to the New York Giants, I believe they need to move off of Joe Shane. They need to keep Brian Daboll, who I genuinely believe is a good head coach, but the moves that Joe Shane has made this offseason does not set the New York Giants up for success. It genuinely makes no sense, and I feel like he's the one that's holding Brian Daboll back. I don't think Brian Daboll should be moved off of this year. And I think what we saw the first year that when Brian Daboll took over and they made the playoffs, it was a mistake to give Daniel Jones that contract. And the fact that he was the general manager at the time that gave Daniel Jones that contract shows you that his decision-making skills aren't completely there. I would have given it to Saquon Barkley, who has clearly shown that he is the offense for the New York Giants. And that's also another reason why I believe the Eagles are going to go 11-6. Saquon Barkley is a tremendous upgrade for them at the running back position. No offense to DeAndre Swift. For the New York Giants, I think they're going to go 3-14 if they're lucky. Yes, Brian Daboll is a good head coach, but the offseason moves, what we saw from Hard Knocks, it just looks like a clown show over there, and that's why I have them going 3-14 this upcoming season.
Guys, have you heard? Shady Mob Productions is an official affiliate of HBO Max. Click on the link in the description and sign up so you can watch hit series like Hard Knocks, Game of Thrones, and House of Dragons. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops.